Hello, welcome back. At the end of January, I drove down to Joshua Tree in California to celebrate my golden birthday. This video is the second part of the series of videos I'm making on that trip, and this one you'll get to see the Airbnb and just all the activities I did with my friends while we were there. This is my first time documenting something with other people, and I realized I wasn't that great with it. Mainly because this was my first time having this much social interaction in nearly a year. So I really was just enjoying physically being around other people, and I don't even think I knew where my electronic devices were majority of the time. But I've stitched together what I did capture, and I can't wait to share it with you. So here you go, enjoy. In the last video, I ended up going into Joshua Tree National Park. After I drove through the park, I made my way up to Palm Springs to pick up the first batch of friends that had flown in. I got to the airport with plenty of time, and I even got to watch my friends fly in. There was a solid 10 minutes of us just texting back and forth as I saw their plane sitting right in front of me, right behind that fence. And we were just frantically waving back and forth at each other the entire time. As soon as they were able to get off the plane, it didn't take me long to drive up to arrivals to pick them up. Palm Springs is a pretty tiny airport. As soon as we crammed both of their bags and them into the car, we got our priority straight and headed directly to In-N-Out. Did I mention the feat of cramming 3 people, 2 dogs, and all of our luggage into my mid-size SUV? I'm still impressed with our success, and come the end of the trip, we would manage to fit even one more person in there, and their luggage. We had some time to kill before we could check into the Airbnb, so we went to Costco. We got some goods, some gas, and I couldn't pass up getting a car wash. So I'd call that, our dinner and a show in Palm Springs. Afterwards, we headed to the town of Joshua Tree, and 45 minutes later, we were at our home for the next week. The first night was mostly spent figuring out how to work everything, but then we poured some wine and watched The Bachelor while we waited for the hot tub to warm up. I turned it down. The next morning, I woke up bright and early to take the dogs out. One of the perks of this house was the miles of private trails right in the backyard. I had no idea what to expect when I booked, but I definitely wasn't expecting scrambling all up and around these boulders. The first day of exploring these trails, I didn't end up going too far. I just became so distracted by all the different plants and the incredible views. Over the course of the next week, I would go and explore a little further every day. I did have one thing I needed to check out before going back to the house. There's a platform the owners built on top of one of the rock heaps. After seeing the view from below, I was even more excited to see what the platform would have. It was really nice escaping the Seattle winter, where the sun is nearly non-existent because it's almost always overcast with rain, like right now as I film this. And the sun there just felt so damn nice. I got back to the house just in time for everyone else to start waking up, and we started making breakfast. Well, they mostly made breakfast. You're gonna be tested on this afterwards. As we waited for the second round of friends to join us, we enjoyed the rest of the morning soaking in the hot tub, soaking up the sun, and soaking in the calm before the chaos.
Lemos decided to come a day late.
A day late.
And then they have FOMO.
Let's go.
As we went to go back into the house, we discovered the dogs had locked us out. Fortunately, the front door has a keypad, but still.
Really
She actually locked it.
100% locked.
You little
You
jerks.
rude bitch! She's like, you talking about me?
And before we knew it, there was 7 of us. And we were off. Mostly catching up, playing games,
It's a fiction.
there was another friend of our group who was having her golden birthday, and she unfortunately couldn't make it. So we of course had to wish her a happy birthday virtually. A few brave souls took over kitchen duties that night, and the rest of us watched over them as we popped some more bottles. The rest of the week was pretty much a cycle of me starting my day by walking the dogs around the trails, then spending some time outside, either exploring the park or soaking up the sun at the Airbnb. And nights entailed playing games and drinking.
Drink.
You're wrong.
You gotta drink a lot.
All of it.
All of it.
Keep going. Don't stop. There you go.
I ain't fucking scared of him.
Trust a hoe. Never trust a hoe.
Don't trust a hoe. Don't trust me.
And despite one very dramatic night where the entire house didn't have any propane, which was used for heating, cooking, hot water, and the hot tub, we still survived. Guys, relationships matter.
High five.
And then we thrived with many incredible sunsets, enjoying company around the fire, day drinking in the hot tub, nights sleeping in the dome, and even getting to hear the shockingly loud singing of coyotes. As for the dogs, Ash could hang, and she was all about the attention. But Ember and her full ability to hear was way more overwhelmed with the amount of noise. Ember's just like running away.
She's like, it's too loud.
The second to last day was officially my golden birthday, complete with donuts, an incredible display of decorations, tiramisu, and all the good company I could ask for. And on the last day, with the 4 of us that remained, we took a little field trip to make our own mini cactus gardens. And then wrapped up the final night with our final glasses of wine together and, of course, watching The Bachelor.
He's giving them to all the new people first.
Ooh, that's savage. And then it was time to say goodbye to our dome home. All right, say goodbye. We packed back into the car, drove the 45 minutes to Palm Springs, and enjoyed a final In-N-Out feast together before parting ways. And then it was just me and the dogs. I started making my way back, but instead of traveling up I-5, I took the more scenic route along the coast. But that's for another video. And before I get to that one, my next video is going to be on the 3 separate trips I took to Joshua Tree National Park, finally. So there's 2 more videos from this trip to look forward to, so stay tuned for that. And until then, you can like, subscribe, do all the things, and I'll see you next week. Bye!